Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we begin our new save, a Sicilian Revival with ACR Messina in the Italian Serie C. There was a few clubs that I was thinking about doing for this save. It's going to be a one club save and we're going to try and return them to their former glories. And Messina's former glory does have quite a bit of history. So going back quite a considerable amount of time, in their history. They were a Serie A club. Back in the early 2000s, they were promoted in the 03-04 season to Serie A. They spent 3 seasons there. Unfortunately, they did finish bottom of Serie A and got relegated to Serie B. Now, they finished in mid-table. However, their owner at the time couldn't support them financially. So, as a football club, they completely went out of business. That was it. They just went out of business, but they reformed the year after in Serie D. And they stayed there for a number of years, managed to finally get promoted back into the Serie C. And they held their own for a couple of years. But again, after finishing in mid table, they then got relegated. Um, because once again, the financial side of things just completely ran out at the club. And they've really had a tough time of it. So again, they reformed and again started in the amateur league in Serie D, but then managed to get to this level. So in the last 20 years, they've gone from being a reasonable side in Serie A. Their first season in Serie A, they actually finished just outside the European places, and they've gone all the way back down. They've had to completely reform twice, and their recent history is just scattered amongst the lower leagues. Now, this isn't going to be particularly easy. They're actually one of the favourites for relegation this season in the Serie C. And there's teams in this league, the likes of Benevento, Catania, and Crotone, who have also been in Serie A. Benevento, a little bit more recently, they've had a couple of relegations in the last 5 years or so. And it is going to be a very competitive league. I'm not entirely sure how it works. There's one out and out promotion spot, and then there's a number of teams that go into a playoff system. Four teams go into a relegation playoff, and then one team just out and out gets relegated. So the target for the season is to literally not get relegated. If we can stay in and around this mid table or somehow get into this playoff mix, I think we'll do very, very well, in all honesty. Um, so it's going to be an interesting one. I think this one, it's intended to be a one club save. Messina have had a huge fall from grace, as you've just seen. The target is to rebuild them and get them back to where they should be in Serie A. So, in relation to the club in general, financially, they're not too bad. We have taken a little bit of money out of the bank already. There's about £190,000 to spend. Wage budget currently maxed out. There was just over £1 million there, but I've already got rid of a number of members of staff, and we're trying to bring in new members of staff that are much better and try and completely reform that side of it first and foremost. In relation to the squad, we're not looking too bad. I think there's a decent balance there. In relation to quality, a lot of 2.5 star, 3 star players. There's some players that are that little bit better, and it obviously relates in relation to their wages. One of our better players is our goalkeeper Fumagalli, 41 years of age. So we're not entirely sure how long he'll have left at this football club in relation to when he wants to retire or not. A number of the players in on loan, really good squad options for us. Piana is just going to be a backup goalkeeper for us. He's not earning anything here. His parent club are paying all of the wages. And luckily, that is the case for a number of these loaned in players. Samuel Zona, unfortunately, is earning money. Um, Scafetta is not. 2.5 star current ability, but that shouldn't be too bad. Signorile, not necessarily of the quality that we need. He's earning on his loan deal. Rosafio, excellent quality winger by the looks of things. 4 star current ability at this level. He isn't getting any wages from our point of view. So a really good player to have where we don't have to take in the cost of his wages. Luciani and Zuno are also in that same position. We're not paying them any wages either. So overall, we're not looking too bad. Our attacking talent certainly seems to be of better quality than our defences. The likes of Ferenz, very good quality in central midfield. Ragusa and Rosafio even Emauso as well. Really good quality wingers that we can have. I've had a look at some of their attributes. Their pace isn't the best, but their overall quality is pretty good for this level. There's a couple of players loan listed as well. We haven't set up a tactic or anything yet, so I need to make full judgment on whether these players are going to be properly used or not. And then the other player of quality is Vincenzo Plesia, who is our main striker, 6'2", really good target type forward, I think, really strong as well. But depending on how we want to play, I'm not too sure exactly how we're going to go about it at the moment. I think we could go two up front, in all honesty, but again, I'm not too sure on the tactical side at the moment. We've got decent numbers in terms of fullbacks as well, but we've only got three centre backs. So I think that is the first position that we need to strengthen a little bit and get an extra option. Central midfield again, not looking too bad in relation to numbers. And Pasqualino Ortiz, who's currently loan listed, by the way, left back, central midfielder, and attacking midfielder. So the versatility of him means we'll definitely be keeping him at the club, probably. Three-star current ability as well. I'm not too sure why he would actually be loan listed. I've not had a proper look at the squad as of yet, so there's been no changes to that at the moment. In relation to all the staff, like I say, we are trying to do a complete overhaul of that at the moment. We've already got a number of bids in for new staff for the senior side, and we are going to put adverts out for the youth teams as well. In relation to the youth teams, well, we haven't got any. Antonio Di Bella, a young goalkeeper, he's not of the required quality. We'll potentially just release him. I don't think he's going to improve to be the necessary quality either. Fumagalli, 17-year-old central midfield player, he could be an option for us. And I'm wondering if he has any relation to our goalkeeper, in all honesty. It could be actually a little bit interesting to see. Hermano Fumagalli is his father. So, yeah. So, our goalkeeper's son could play with his father this season. And I think just for that, we'll move him straight into the senior squad because I think that'll be an interesting one. Antonio Di Bella, I think we'll just out and out release. He's only on a youth contract anyway. It's not going to cost us anything. So again, overall balance of the squad not looking too bad in relation to contracts. Most of the team is expiring at the end of this season. We've only got 5 or 6 players who are due to stay on for next season. Obviously, we've got a number of loan players in as well. So it's going to be a case of just building this squad very carefully. Like I say, finances aren't the best, but with £982,000 in the bank, we're not looking completely horrific. So that is something. In relation to the facilities at the club, where am I? There I am. So we've got a 38,500 all-seater stadium. So in terms of going forward, if we do make it back into the big leagues, the stadium's already there to be built upon. But at the moment, 6,900 capacity is used in normal matches. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. Hopefully, when we start getting promoted again, we can fill a little bit more of the stadium. In terms of facilities themselves, basic corporate facilities, again, that's not really a problem. Adequate training facilities and below average youth facilities. So, fairly basic youth recruitment as well. We're going to have to look very, very carefully at this. And I think because of the financial status of the club, it's going to be very important to build up our youth facilities and try and build a core here at this football club of youth players that know the football club. They will come through and put the heart on their shirt and really give everything to get this club back to where it should be. In relation to Messina, obviously the save is called a Sicilian Revival. Messina are based in Sicily. There's a number of really good football clubs that play in Sicily as well. So for us to be competing back in Serie A could mean that we become the top team in Sicily as well. So that is going to be the target going ahead for the full save. We've got a lot to get through. In relation to the actual schedule, though, the season doesn't start until the start of September. So we've got a full transfer window to get everything sorted the way we want it. Obviously, I need to make a decision on how we're going to set up tactically as well. But I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I don't know a lot about these lower leagues in Italy. I don't know a lot about a number of the teams either. I mean, all of these teams that we're playing in the first month of September, I've never heard of any of them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we match up. We are one of the favourites for relegation, but if we can get just one or two more bodies in with the necessary quality, I really think a mid-table finish could be achievable given the squad that we have at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see, but hopefully we can have a good start. In relation to dynamics at the moment, team cohesion is abysmal, club atmosphere is very poor, managerial support is quite good actually at the moment. Obviously, we're completely overhauling in relation to staff as well. We haven't got a lot of um, power within the squad at the moment. We've not met the squad as of yet. We've just come in, overhauled the staff, and hopefully we can get some good ones in. And in turn, that will hopefully improve some of the talent that we already have here. And it's a good mixture as well in terms of the relative age of the squad players. We've got a good mix of youth and experience, I think, as well. So we've got the experience, the young players can learn from that. They can build their careers off of that. And a lot of the current quality around 2.5 to 3 star. A lot of these players that are young as well, 3 star current ability as well. So there's plenty of scope for improvement, as you can see by the potential. We have got a lot of players with really good potential here. Current ability, obviously, our attacking players, as I mentioned before, are the ones that we need to focus on a bit. If we can get our forward players from the get-go really on top of their game, we could be in for a very good season. And it's going to be a very long haul, this save, I think. But if we can set the foundations early on, we'll probably have a couple of seasons in this division. There's no doubt about it. We'll have at least a couple of seasons in this league. We can really build our foundation and then try and build on from there. I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Hopefully you guys are too. And we will be back with a transfer special tomorrow and our first games of the season. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.